Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. Tonight, we are playing
Well,
I
it's
could
about
just
the
start making
podcast
shit
and
up.
the gameplay anyway.
Yeah.
like, yo, that guy
You
just
could,
said
but,
that
like,
guy.
you're gonna
That
look like an
guy
idiot.
just said a slur in chat. That's insane. You guys don't get to see that.
Oh, did they also talk about Miss Niggles?
Rob, I don't know if you can say that.
You know, that's up to you. If you wanna
No,
bleep
I
it, you
mean,
can.
I don't think it. I mean, I think it's an okay thing to say. I just don't know if you can say it.
So
Yeah, speak to Miss Nichols, please.
So we went out to eat tonight, and I forget exactly how oh, you know what it was? I was talking about how I'd been recommended a video regarding someone YouTuber who'd watched like all of the Air Bud movies, which is something that Matt has memed about for a while. And so I said, I wonder which movie. I wonder if we look at the list of movies in order, can we identify where they jump the shark? Can we identify where things get bizarre as fuck? And, you know, with the first 5 Air Bud movies, the, like, quote-unquote, actual Air Bud movies, they're all basically the same series and pretty similar to each other. One, he plays basketball. Let me think here. It was basketball.
Air Bud, and then it was Air Bud 2 Golden
and then it was
Receiver.
the football one.
Air Bud 3
soccer.
World Pup, because it was soccer.
Yeah,
7th
then it was
inning
baseball.
Fetch.
And then volleyball.
It's like what did it do with a spike?
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm surprised they didn't follow that up with a 6th one where it was hockey. Like, I feel like hockey would have actually been like a decent one to do.
I think there was like a hockey rat or something.
But anyways, then you get to the Air Buddies movies, where it's like the pups. Very first one has a character in it named Mrs.
They're like
Nichols.
babysitter or something?
Yeah, it's basically the dog sitter. N-I-double-G.
Yeah, they really got a little. They got
Wow.
closer than anyone should get to saying on a word.
N-I-G-1-G is like, wow, that is ballsy. A double
I know the
G?
E is not in the
my
right
goodness.
place, but having the E at the end also is insane. Like, they got way too close for 2003?
It was later than 03, I think. It was more like 06 or
I think
08.
the first Air Buddies movie may have been 06.
You see, they couldn't have gotten away with that when we had a black president.
We've definitely changed.
Wouldn't have flown. Anyways, we determined that they jumped the shark in the 8th movie, the 3rd Air Buddies.
Yeah, because
movie
it goes from
space,
dog sledding to space.
Wow, watch the pups in their adventure as they adventure around the town they're in. Wow,
now they're in a town. Now they're in a town that they're not normally in. Isn't that insane?
Wow. Now watch the pups as they illegally enter a space shuttle and go into space. And it's like, wait a minute. Also, you could make an argument that the 6th movie is where things go off the rails, because that's when the one that they start talking.
Yeah. That's normal.
Like I said before, if it was the kind of talking where like the humans understand them, then
we have confirmation
it would have
that's
been
not what it is.
insane.
Has anyone seen?
No.
We never have confirmation of that now.
I've only seen Air Bud.
I've seen them. I think I saw the Santa one at least.
I don't think I've
honestly
seen
don't remember what the talking situation. I just
I
remember
may
that
have
the
seen
dogs
a
talked.
Buddies movie. Now that I think about it, I may have seen a single one. I don't know which one.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
I also want to correct myself. It wasn't a rat that played hockey. It was a monkey.
Oh, that must have freaked you out.
Most valuable primate. It does look very scary to me. I don't like it. And apparently, in the second movie, he switches to a skateboard.
Is it not the raccoon? Because there's a
So
movie
is that better or worse?
posters where there's a raccoon. No, it's the base. It's the baseball
The
one.
baseball one. The baseball one.
That's in the baseball one. Yeah. No, apparently this is like part of Airbud Entertainment. I think that says. So I guess it's part of like the extended universe of Airbud or something. It's just a monkey that played hockey.
Extended universe with monkeys.
I don't know if it's an extended universe, but I think it says at the top, like the production studios, Airbud I can't read what that word says.
Oh my
but
goodness,
honestly,
that's
a monkey
amazing.
playing sports is normal. More normal.
That makes sense. It's terrifying. It's a horror movie, I would say, but it's more normal than a dog.
Because I feel like you can see that on Twitter on a daily basis, just monkeys doing sports.
Yeah. You could show me a YouTube video of a monkey throwing a basketball into a hoop, and I'd be like, "Damn, that's cool." But like, I wouldn't be like, "That's unnatural, wrong."
They got thumbs.
It's almost like, you guys ever see the video? I know it's since come out as fake, but you ever see the video of it's like soldiers from like the Congo or whatever give a monkey
that was
AK-47
for Planet of the Apes.
Oh, right, you're right. That's what it was. But I think after it was marketing for Planet of the Apes, like years later, it was like cut in such a way that it removed the marketing, and people tried to pass it off as real.
It did do a good job at being like somewhat believable.
Yeah,
it was definitely the fooling people was definitely the intent. The way that there's like no logos or anything beforehand. It's definitely supposed to be trying to trick you into thinking, "Wow, isn't that crazy? That could be real," and then you go and watch the movie. They're still making movies.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's still movies. We saw a spy film movie the other day.
Well,
yeah,
not me.
No.
Well, I wasn't talking.
You're not part of this.
I'm just clarifying for the people watching the podcast. That's all.
Hey, Rob didn't see the movie. Rob, what did you think of the movie?
We're listening. The fight scene in Wakanda was amazing.
True.
Close. Pretty close.
Rob.
The fight scene in Washington, D.C.?
Nope.
Rob, is
it a silly place? I don't remember what it was actually called.
European country.
Yeah, some fake
Czechoslovakia.
Real place, I think. That's a real
Serbia
place, I think.
Novoselic.
I don't actually know if that's a real place or not. I can't.
Novoselic's from Duncan.
It's the place.
That's where Sonya's from.
It's the place where Sonya's from, right?
Yeah. It's like loosely based on Norway or Sweden or Switzerland or.
Rob, let's say
it's not real now.
Rob, let's say Bronson. You know Bronson.
Bronson. I'm familiar with
Bronson,
Bronson. I don't know if it's the same one.
Oh, of course. All right, let's say.
Yeah. All right, now that we've established.
Let's say I get off the phone. It's you and me. We're in a silly little European country.
Okay, sure. Kind of crazy that we're talking on the phone and not.
Well, no,
Discord,
we are in a silly little We are both in a silly little European country. And
so we're in Germany.
Off of the phone. I'm using a phone. I get off the phone. And I say,
okay, I have seen you get off a phone before.
And I say, Rob, the government of this little country has stolen Bronson. I promptly hop in a plane and fly away.
I
fly away in that plane.
No further conversation had.
Okay, wait. So you tell me the government has taken Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we at an airport?
You're more like sort of like a graveyard for old fighter planes for the army.
Okay, so we're in a graveyard for old fighter planes. You tell me Bronson's been taken, and then you get into what I presume is one of the old fighter planes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and fly it away.
Yep.
At any point,
no further questions.
I say see you later and then go. At any point, do you question what has happened? Or do you just...
Madam, I'm questioning what's happening before you're even in the plane. I'm like, what do you mean they have my 2-year-old nephew, who, as far as I'm aware, is safely back in the United States? Oh, we brought him there.
Yeah, 3 of you went on a nice trip.
Okay, so all right, then I have even more questions. Well, Matt,
you should just accept it.
So here's my next question. Okay, you ready?
If anything, you just sneak onto the plane as he's taking off.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. Okay. So there is a time period, surely, between when I last saw Bronson and this conversation.
Yes.
That time period, I'm already going, what the fuck is going on? Because why would Bronson be outside of my sights?
Well, you see, what happened was you put Bronson to bed for the night. Bronson really wanted to get buy some cherry liqueur for you, so he snuck out the window with his dog so he can buy the cherry liqueur for you guys.
All right, and how old is Bronson in this situation? Because I'm starting to realize that we're not talking about a baby.
Like 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so still a toddler.
Enough to have speech and move.
All right, so I think that he's in bed. I'm talking to you all. And you're like, Bronson's been kidnapped, and then you fucking fly off and leave.
Yeah.
All right. Order of
by the way, you don't know that Matt knows how to fly planes, by the way.
Okay.
You think I'm just a completely normal person.
All right.
A completely normal doctor.
All right. You're asking me what do I do?
No, I'm asking you what do you like, I'm just wondering, do you question it at all?
Yeah.
Or you just accept it as is.
No, I heavily question it. The very first thing I'm doing is going back to where I left Bronson and seeing if he's still there.
Oh, you don't sprint after the plane, hop on, and then hide in the compartment in the back?
And then when you're somehow on the plane,
not.
I don't question the fact on how you got on the plane, because I also think you're pretty normal.
No. You see, I go check in with Bronson, all right? Now, if he's there... Then, all right. So he's actually gone.
The army stole him. Yes.
All right, he's actually gone. What runs through my mind immediately is multiple things. Number one, I am immediately suspicious that you had something to do with him, Matt.
No.
Because A, why the fuck would you know that? And B, why the fuck would you lay that on me and then take off in a plane when I don't even know you're capable of flying a plane? Secondly, assuming that I'm just me, I'm probably contacting the U.S. government, either at an embassy or some other way. I'm desperately trying to call you because I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And then I'm calling Dustin and saying, get a load of this.
You can't do that because you're like a hot assassin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an assassin.
Yeah, you can't be giving yourself away to any government. Also, the U.S. doesn't exist.
Wait, what happened to the U.S.?
Doesn't exist.
Oh,
if anyone has been able to tell, we're describing a scene from the movie.
So I'm an assassin. Okay, this changes.
Stop forgetting that part.
Yeah. All right. Well, wait. Okay, here's my next question. Okay. I'm an assassin.
You're an assassin.
Okay, thank you.
A hot assassin. Would it then... Alright. The fact that I'm an assassin actually changes things.
And you're like a goated. You're like a goated hot assassin.
Because so now that I know that I'm a goated assassin, here's the big difference, okay? Now I have understanding of a possible motive why the government might have Bronson.
No.
And with No?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you. Why they stole Bronson.
Yeah.
You really? Why the fuck did
and
they
also,
take
Matt
Bronson?
doesn't fully understand why they took him either.
But Matt's just fucking off.
No, but he knows that they took him. They just don't know why.
But Matt's fucking
Bronson.
off.
Yeah.
Just because if I lose Bronson, our silly little European country could go to war with a nearby silly little European country.
Alright, so like there was a time period when you guys were first booking this ticket where I was like, maybe I'll just watch the entire series and then go watch this movie. And part of me is glad I didn't, and part of me regrets that I didn't, because what the actual fuck are you going on about?
Watch the movie, you would have understood what was going on, I'd say.
Okay.
They do a good job recapping everything at the beginning.
Yeah, no, what we're getting at is that Spy Family has this cool little plot point where the guy is a super spy, and then the wife, quote unquote, or is a hot assassin.
Is a hot assassin, I'm guessing.
And they're in like they're both basically in a fake marriage with the other person, thinking that they're only covering up their secret life, and they know nothing about the other person's secret life.
And are they secretly against each other, or
no?
Oh, okay. So they're on the same side.
Well, no.
The assassin's like a freelancer. She's on the side.
Oh, okay.
She's on the side of whoever pays her.
So in this situation, then, for this conversation about Bronson, are me and Matt married?
Yes, we're fake married.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah, gay marriage.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm pretending to be married, but in my mind, Matt thinks it's a real marriage, and Matt thinks that it's a fake marriage. But in Matt's mind, I think it's a real marriage.
No, you're both fully aware that it's a fake marriage.
Well, if I'm pretending to be an assassin, I understand why it's a fake marriage for me. But if I know nothing about you, why would it behoove you to be in a fake marriage from my?
Because my daughter needs a mother figure to get into a fun school.
Yes.
All right, and then vice versa.
So there is
you don't want your friends who are in relationships to make fun of you.
That is really all it is, isn't it?
She does kind of dive into, I'm the only one that is in a relationship. People are going to start questioning me, and they're somehow going to find out I'm an assassin through the fact that I'm not married.
Interesting.
He isn't the smartest hot assassin.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm a stupid hot assassin. Perfect. I'm an average intelligence.
She's blatantly, not blatant. I forget the word I was thinking of, but she's missing some smartness.
She's oblivious,
I guess.
Yeah, she's
oblivious. That's what I was looking for. She's oblivious.
So she's me as a hot assassin. Perfect.
Kind of, yeah. Although it's funny, Matt, because you were describing a scene. You said, I get out the phone and tell you the government kidnapped our child. Even that's not fully
already
accurate.
In the plane?
It's sort of. You're at the plane, you get off the phone, and you say, the government found our kid. I'm just going to go and pick her up real quick. Then you hop in the plane and fly.
Okay, now that's a different situation. All right. Yeah. So if you look at me and it's like, the government just found our child, I'm going to pick them up, then yeah, I'm following you onto the plane.
No, but I get it. It's just really funny.
And also, you think he's a psychiatrist. Like you have no previous idea that he would even know how to fly a plane.
So I'm just like, what? So all right. So here's my question. Okay, based on everything I heard, I'm guessing everything that I heard is like the first 10 to 15.
This is
no.
Yeah,
this is like the climax.
Really? Okay. So what's all the build up?
We are in another silly little country. Because my daughter needs.
I like how we've just inserted me and you into the movie. Can Dustin be our daughter?
Oh, I thought that was Bronson.
Sure, yeah.
Perfect.
Waku. No, I kicked Bronson out.
Okay, so our.
No, wait, hold on. No, wait. Sorry, Bronson is your daughter.
Yeah, I'm
the dog.
So Bronson,
I've always known you to be a bitch.
at the school, right? At the private school.
Mm-hmm.
Bronson is gonna have a cooking class. Okay. And if Bronson does good at this cooking class, he'll get a prize, and that prize will lessen the possibility that there is an all-out war. Like actual war. Like think
at the school they give out prizes to like the top students, and if you win 8 of those, you kind of become like an elite group in that school.
I need Bronson to get into that elite group so I can meet another child's dad and probably kill him.
Who's like the Secretary of Defense or something of the country.
This isn't just the movie. This is just the plot of Spy Family.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my question. Okay. So I board the plane. Matt's taking off, you board right? Okay. You don't know I board the plane yet, but eventually
you sprinted after the plane before it could take off. You snuck onto like some hidden compartment in the plane, which I'm not 100% sure a person is even supposed to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I have something insane going on Discord right now. I'll tell you about it after.
In order to potentially end the war between our little European countries, I need Bronson to become a star student.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure.
So
kind of wild that my 4-year-old child is the ticket to.
But Bronson can also read minds.
But okay.
So.
Yeah. Oh wait! What?
But you guys don't know that.
We don't know that.
I believe in this situation, only I know that.
All right, no wait. Let me get this straight. Yeah. Okay.
You are.
I'm a hot assassin.
Who's?
And you're a secret spy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at neither point in those descriptions that you've given me, maybe you'll correct yourself, but in neither of those descriptions, do either of us have superpowers?
No.
And yet our child is just happens to be able to read minds.
Child.
Oh. Yeah. Matt adopted Bronson from a shady.
Okay, but regardless, it doesn't matter. Biological child, adopted child, whatever. Our child still is capable of reading goddamn minds.
Yes.
What the actual fuck is this show?
Also, I'm a dog that can look into the future.
That also is true. That also is true.
You can't just drop that on me.
Yeah.
And none of you, Bronson knows it, but none of you two don't.
How does Bronson know it?
Because Bronson read the dog's
mind. He can read minds.
He can read the mind of the dog.
It's not just something they pulled out of nowhere. Bronson has read the minds of several animals so far.
Oh my goodness. All right. Here's the thing that I need to know, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that after I'm found on the plane, okay, we both somehow work together and we rescue Bronson. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. You don't really work together. You kind of go on your own.
Yeah, we barely know.
For Bronson.
I barely know that you're on the plane.
All right, so we both do our own mission to rescue Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we find out about each other's position?
Nope.
All right. Does one of us rescue Bronson?
Yeah.
Matt does. Yeah.
Oh, but I failed at rescuing Bronson? Shit, I'm a terrible
You beat up a giant humanoid. Yeah, you're fighting the Terminator with giant guns.
You knocked out like 50 armed soldiers and you ran into the Terminator in a extremely fiery robot whip.
So Matt finds Bronson and is like, damn, there was a lot less security than I expected.
No, it's like a fully staffed like military balloon.
Yeah, so you both took out like 50 or soldiers.
Alright, but Matt gets Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably you get out of there.
You meet up with them. Like you kind of he finds Bronson, you kind of end up in the same room as him.
In this enemy military
Flying
base.
blimp.
Yeah.
And at no point am I like, why the fuck are you here? And at no point are you like, why the fuck are you here?
No, we kind of just go like, oh, you're here. How'd you get here? And then I'm pretty much like, oh, how'd you get here? And you're like, oh, we're on family vacation, so I thought we should be together. So I jumped on the plane. And I'm like, okay.
All right, so like, I know you said before that the assassin's not necessarily stupid, but oblivious. These are two of the most goddamn stupid people I've ever heard in my fucking life.
It is kind of crazy how their biggest blind spot
What?
is not understanding.
You know how to fly a rocket? Next movie it'll be a rocket.
Honestly,
it might
spoilers.
Lloyd probably can fly a rocket. He can pretty much do anything.
But like, they're like, you can fly a plane? Wow. There are things about you I don't know, and you're like,
I had a part-time job as like a as like a private, as like a job pilot at one point.
What, a fucking pilot going over the Grand Canyon for like 2 months? What?
And then after that conversation, the three of you work together to prevent that military blimp from crashing into a city.
Really sad that I think the smartest character in this movie, based purely on what you've told me, is the goddamn dog.
Kinda, yeah.
Possibly Bronson.
Bronson's an idiot.
Yeah, all right, wait.
Really so he's kind of dumb.
No. All right. Next question.
But he's 4 though, so it makes sense.
Dog's with us on vacation, right?
Yes.
And when we left Bronson in the room, I'm assuming the dog was also there.
Yes.
Now, if the dog's capable of seeing into the fucking future, how did the dog not know that Bronson was about to be abducted?
That's so Raven situation. Kind of just gets premonition.
I was about to say the Raven just kind of happens to him.
Oh, so it's not even like a thing you can control.
No, like sometimes something will happen.
I don't think so.
It's kind of like Final Destination.
Will happen and it'll like trigger it.
Like he literally had a premonition is how Bronson found out that where the cherry liqueur was.
Why is my 4-year-old child trying to get me cherry liqueur?
Because it's part of the dessert you have to make for the baking competition.
Yeah, because we need to win the baking competition so you can save the world.
Cherry liqueur is alcohol, right?
She bought a non-alcoholic one.
Okay. I'm like, we're getting the judges drunk.
To be fair, the judge was... Well, it's baking. It's not going to get them drunk.
You cook that.
But
I guess true.
The judge is also the principal. And Matt saw in the newspaper that his favorite dessert was some old dessert that no one ever served before, which is why you guys are going to this silly little European country, so you can eat it for yourself, find out what it's made out of.
We're doing our research, I see.
Yes.
This is one of the most baffling things.
What's great is that the anime isn't it doesn't present itself as this is ridiculous and funny for the laughs. It's actually really it's a mix of just really wholesome and action is pretty much a duality.
Yeah,
it takes itself very seriously.
I will say this.
It takes its own plot seriously.
You guys have sold me on the fact that I will watch this show.
It's really good. It's really good.
Nice. It's really good.
I will watch this show and then I will watch the movie when it's inevitably on Paramount or Netflix or whatever.
It'll probably be on Crunchyroll.
True, probably on Crunchyroll. That's absolutely fucking
the movie's great.
Okay.
It's just we're just kind of.
It is kind of a thing where you take a step back and actually look at everything.
And you're like, wow, this is.
And you're like, this is.
Yeah.
But as long as you can suspend disbelief and just kind of go along with it, it's really good.
Matt, there's suspending disbelief, and then there's taking disbelief out back with a shotgun. disbelief has been brutally murdered. On that note, hey, remember last episode when we did a tier list about cartoons?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be crazy to talk about cartoons again this week?
Never.
Us? No way.
I know, us. All right. So we had talked about, I was looking something up earlier about Nickelodeon shows. And we'll get into the Nickelodeon show thing in a sec. But I was baffled when I saw a list of Nicktoons, the original Nicktoons, ordered from most episodes to least episodes. We were shocked at like how few episodes some of these shows had, because it felt like way more. Like, for example, El Tigre. If you asked me how many episodes El Tigre had, it would have been like, oh, probably like 60. 26.
I still can't believe that.
Yeah. So, anyways, I have the list for Cartoon Network up, alright? Now, I will say this. There's a lot of shows on this list that we did not have on our tier list. Either it was a show from not when we were watching. There are also shows on this list that are live action shows. That being said, there are, I think it's like about 70 shows listed here, and they're all original Cartoon Network programming. And I asked both Matt and Dustin, as well as Georgia and Fanning were with us, which Cartoon Network show from our tier list. Oh, no, not Fanning. Fanning was not with us, but I asked Georgia. Yeah.
One of us doesn't like Fanning anymore.
Sure, Matt doesn't like Fanning anymore. But I'd ask them, out of the shows on the tier list, which one do you think had the most episodes and the least? So do you guys want to say what you determined?
Well, I said Teen Titans for most and Class of 3000 for least, but you said Teen Titans isn't on that list.
Teen Titans isn't on the list because Teen Titans is not original Cartoon Network, I guess. Or rather, I think what it is that it's because it's a DC IP, it says. It doesn't feature DC IPs.
In that case, I'll probably still KND too.
Okay. So KND for most, Class of 3000 for least. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt?
Am I allowed to say the same thing?
Yeah, if you want.
I don't know. I kind of think Dustin's got it, honestly. Because I watched Kids Next Door a couple of years ago, and it was decently long. I definitely didn't notice it being too short.
And then Class of 3000 got canceled after one season.
Now, this is where I have to start doing some math, potentially, okay? Here's my question for you all, okay?
Yep.
This list actually separates the count by segment.
By what?
So, for example, there's a decent amount of episodes where it'll be one 22-minute episode, but it's two separate 11-minute segments. So here's the question: are we going by segment count?
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Episode count.
Is Phineas and Ferb on this list?
Yes.
No, this is Cartoon Network. Never mind.
Cartoon Network.
This is Cartoon Network.
Never mind.
I would go by episode, I think.
All right. That means I'm going to have to do a little bit of math, but we will manage that. All right.
I feel like when we're talking about shows, we don't talk about those individual segments.
I'd say 20 minutes
episodes.
All right.
Yeah, for 22 minutes.
Okay. So I will assume that anyone that says segments, 2 segments for an episode, so I'll divide it by 2. All right. Okay. Easily the least is Class of 3000. Easily.
Yeah.
Any guesses to how many episodes?
14.
22.
Fuck, really? 13 episodes.
Yeah, 13. They got nothing.
I feel like I can name. I guess I can. I was about to say, I feel like I could name more songs from Class of 3000. Then there were episodes. And now I'm thinking about it.
I mean, technically, if you count the opening.
At least one song per episode.
All right.
Yeah.
So, next least, in terms of what was on our tier list, I forget, actually, if this one was on our tier list or not. So, you're going to have to correct me.
Yep.
Ben 10 Alien Force.
It was.
Okay. So, that's the next least at only 46 episodes, which is quite a jump up from 13. and quite a jump up from most of Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I thought Alien Force had a good
decent run
amount of episodes.
Yeah, so that's 46. Next that I see is Ben 10 Ultimate Alien at 52 episodes, as well as original Ben 10, which is 52 episodes.
I couldn't squeeze 6 more episodes out of Alien Force.
Next that I believe was on our thing. Actually, I should pull up the tier lists because I'm trying to remember what we did have on the tier list and what we didn't have. But I believe next is Samurai Jack.
Yep.
62 episodes. Not that it was on here, but just to keep up with the trend, Ben 10 Omniverse, 80 episodes. What I thought... Oh, no, sorry. Next is Foster's Home Imaginary Friends, 82 episodes.
I thought there was a lot of episodes of that.
What I thought was the least, until Dustin said Class of 3000. When he said that, I was like, yeah, that. What I was thinking, Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, 90.
That 90 episodes?
Yeah, this is one where it's going to be the opposite, where it's like, there were that many.
Yeah, I thought that'd be like the same boat as like El Tigre and stuff.
No, it's about to go even wilder from there, Dustin, okay?
Okay.
Chowder, 93 episodes.
Wait, I believe
I believe that.
Yep.
You're lying. I was considering Chowder for one of the least before I thought of Class of 3000.
93. Now, again, 93 episodes, okay? My Gym Partner's a Monkey, 100 episodes.
Wait, actually, you know what? That one's insane. I don't believe that one. My Gym Partner's a Monkey?
Right. Here's where things get wild. You ready for this one?
I don't think so.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, 102 segments, meaning only 51 episodes.
I kind of believe that one. I believe that.
That means that My Gym Partner is a Monkey had double the amount of episodes than Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's insane.
Think about it like that.
That's crazy.
Yep. By the way, overall on the list, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Well, again, it's weird because it does it in segments, but there you go. Yeah. Next on the list, funny enough, not on our list, but a show we had talked about. Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi, 117 episodes.
Oh, no, list, yeah.
Oh, it was? Okay. That cracks top 10. Oh, no, it doesn't. Sorry. That cracks top 50.
That had 117 episodes.
A single one of them. 117. I don't think I did either. The 2016 reboot of the Powerpuff Girls had 120. As did Camp Lazlo, 120 episodes.
Camp Lazlo had 120?
Apparently, yeah.
Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
And then the creator inserted himself into the show having a crush on Blossom.
Wait, that I did not know. That's kind of creepy.
It's really weird. And then he got outed for being a creep in like real life too, I think.
Oh, yeah, that is weird.
At that point, we don't talk about it. Guess it. You don't sell.
All right, here we go. You ready? Ed, and Eddie, 130 episodes.
I was prepared for Ed, and Eddie to be like depressingly low, but
that's 130. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's good.
All right. 1998 Powerpuff Girls, the one that we know of. 136 segments. So that would be about, I think it's 68 episodes.
Wow.
And basically the exact same number for Korean Kids Next Door.
Really?
68 episodes actually sounds about right for KND, though.
From what I remember.
Oh, no, I thought there'd be more.
All right.
Like I said to you in the parking lot, like, this is totally reshaping like how I viewed my time as a child.
Yep. All right. Now, this is where I really don't know how to take this information. I forget if I said this. This list is coming from a Reddit post. Mm-hmm. It's also 2 years outdated. So shows that are still actively going on surely have more at this point.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this out as it is because there's a lot to unpack here, okay? The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, plus Evil Con Carne, 170 segments / episodes. Alright, so let me break this down for you, okay? Because I had to do some research in order to figure out what the... No. Okay. I'm going to explain it, Matt, okay? Because I had to look this up, and I went down a rabbit hole in like 10 minutes. You ready? When the original idea for Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy came out, it actually started off as a separate TV show that was called Grim and Evil or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Grim and Evil lasted about 20 episodes and then split into 2 different shows. One of them is the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and the other one is Evil Con Carne. Now, Evil Con Carne features characters that are in the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
What?
Yeah, do you remember the bear that has like a human brain?
With the brain, yeah. The pink bear.
That is the main character of Evil Con Carne.
In the podcast? I said something, I'm like, isn't like the bear with the brain from Billy and Mandy?
You might have. I do vaguely recall you saying this, and we were like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I feel like it is, and I thought maybe it's a different show.
Look up Evil Con Carne and see if it looks familiar, Matt.
Isn't the guy with one eye in that show too?
Yep, General Scar is also.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember watching that.
So, anyways, they combined Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne. For whatever reason, they put them in one listing here. Evil Con Carne, I will say, is separately on the list as well at 22 episodes. So, and then it says 170 segments / episodes. So, if I'm interpreting this correctly, my best guess is they combined Evil Con Carne and Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy for whatever reason. 170 segments / episodes. Segments for Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Episodes for Evil Con Carne. We know there's 20 episodes for Evil Con Carne, so 170 minus 20 is 150. 150 segments of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy divided by 2, that's 75 episodes of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
That makes sense.
If I'm doing this right, I'm interpreting this as 75 episodes for purely Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Which is still a little low. I would have thought it'd be closer to 100.
I can kind of see 75 for that.
Alright, now we start getting into like the big hitters. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, 178 episodes. The 2017 version of Ben 10.
What? You're joking.
I'm not. 178 episodes.
That's one piece of garbage.
Yeah, 178. No, that's not segments. That's episodes.
Had more episodes than the entire original series combined.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awful. That's terrible.
Going back to segment count, Johnny Bravo, 178 segments, which would be 89 episodes.
Dang.
And that is the highest on this list in terms of episode count that was on our tier list.
Okay.
Well, Johnny Bravo was 89 episodes we determined.
Yeah.
Which, if we reorder it in terms of episodes purely, then actually number 1 becomes Ed, Edd and Eddy at 130. That being said, there is a big asterisk. Now, I don't think this was mentioned on the podcast. I think we found out just after we stopped recording. There's one big show that we forgot to do on our tier list. And that is Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah. I realized like 5 in. And I was like, how did I not have Dexter's on here?
Dexter's Laboratory, 221 segments, so 110 episodes.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely more than I would have.
Oh, and by the way, we didn't have any of the top 3 on our tier list. Any guesses the top 3? They're all shows you've heard of.
I'm guessing they're not on the list because of the time frame.
most likely.
That is
that many episodes, I doubt I would have.
That is my best guess, but I can tell you for a fact that they were all airing. I think they all started airing when I was just about stopping to watch Cartoon Network.
Gumball, okay, so Gumball.
Amazing World of Gumball, 240 episodes.
Adventure
number
Time.
3. Adventure Time, number 1, 283 episodes.
God, just gonna stick with
that was number 1,
Steven
283. Steven Universe is a little lower on the list, but it's 160 episodes.
Trying to think of all the Tumblr shows.
Uncle Grandpa?
Nope. That is a little lower down. 153 episodes, right below Steven Universe.
Man, they really like started ramping up how long these shows are going to go later on.
That's because they started making it like not episodic.
They did the opposite of Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon started off like really high numbers of episodes and then dwindled down. Cartoon Network ramped up.
That's a good point, Matt. Maybe it's because they started going like non-episodic.
Maybe.
A long
actually having long stories
that has to be finished and not just like something like Ben 10, which is like Alien of the Week.
Yeah, also might have something to do with like the fact that just had less shows going on.
Also, animation technology just got better over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot of reasons.
Number 2, regular show.
I was gonna say
260 episodes.
Wait, 200?
260.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah,
that's what they do in that show.
I had no idea regular show went on that long.
Yeah,
it's just kind of great, actually.
All right, now this is where things get really interesting. I told you guys about this at the restaurant, and I told you to think about it. Okay, so I hope you're ready.
Oh, dang.
Yep. Oh, perfect. So, I've been watching a YouTube video. I'm going to shout out. I think this is a YouTube channel I've talked about before. Quentin Reviews.
Oh, Quentin Reviews.
Not the Quentin you know.
Can I say something about Quentin Reviews? I used to like
suppose.
Quentin Reviews. And then I stopped liking because he called the Ready Player One book bad. And then I stopped watching him after that. I really hated that.
Then you messaged him one time and you found out that you were the 4th person that he responded to. And you were like, oh, I'm so mad at him.
I know.
I can't believe you Quentin Reviews.
Hey, we'll get to it when we're ready, Dustin, all right?
I know.
But he had put out a video like just the other day, a 7-hour video that talks all about the Nicktoons Unite series, which is 4 games, except it's actually 11 games. I'll explain why in a sec. So you have Nicktoons Unite, Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots, and SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons Globs of Doom. But then you also have all 4 of those games released on the DS, which is very different than the console edition. And then you also have the first 3 games released on GBA, which is different from both the DS version and the console version. So it's like a whole wild, weird thing. But one of the things
they're kind of like this. They're like marketed as the same game, but the games are actually really different.
They're not like really different, but they're different enough.
Okay.
Like they all have like roughly the same plot, but like in some of the games you might have different playable characters and stuff like that. Like for example, one of the things that blew my mind, because I had only played the console versions, is in the, I think it's the DS port of Attack of the Toy Bots, you can play as El Tigre. And I was like, damn, okay. But one of the things that he brought up was if you were in charge of creating a new Nicktoons Unite game, the original Nicktoons Unite had SpongeBob, Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, and then Danny Phantom. If you had to create a new squad of 4 Nicktoons for a new Nicktoons game, and you can't use a character from any of those shows, who are your 4? And I thought about it for like a long time, and I still don't have a good answer. But the 4 that he came up with were wild. And I will say this again. The way he phrased it was, and it's very important to say this, It has to be characters owned by Nickelodeon.
Owned by Nickelodeon.
Owned by Nickelodeon. There's a very specific reason
is there
why
like
I'm
one
phrasing
character
it like
that you wouldn't expect to be owned by Nickelodeon that you put it through in there? Is that what it is?
There is one character that is owned by Nickelodeon that you would not expect to be owned by Nickelodeon that still does not have a Nickelodeon TV show.
Okay.
But we'll get to that in a minute. So here's my question for you all. Who are your contenders for your animated Night squad?
Aww.
Yes, they have to be animated. We can't put in Drake Bell and Josh Peck.
I was gonna do Sam Puckett.
Oh my god, that would be wild. Sam Puckett. Oh my god. I kind of want the real action.
and then she's like, oh, you're dead, just like my mom. And she goes, here's a book.
So yeah, all right. We can do that afterwards. I think having Sam Puckett, and then not cats, but just straight up
just
Ariana
Grande.
Sam
Puckett the character, but Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
No, in that case, okay. Oh,
and Ariana's just like, you look like a girl I know, Jeanette McCurdy. But yeah, who's your squad?
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, all right.
I will say that the squad that I came up with, I overlapped with Quentin's squad by 2 members.
Here's my squad. And if these aren't Nickelodeon, you can tell me. But I think they're Nickelodeon.
Okay.
My first one is is Aang. I think Aang would just be cool.
Okay.
That's the last serious one you're getting out of me. Second one is going to be Pablo from Cardigans.
Oh my fucking! I had never considered Nick Jr., but I'm loving this direction. Okay, Pablo. Which one was Pablo? Was Pablo the orange one?
He was the one that was in the Mario movie.
Pablo was the penguin, right? Right, Pablo was the one in the Mario movie. Right. All right, so we got Pablo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donnie.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And this last. Okay. If you're sure it has to be animated, what if it's not real?
What is?
What if it was like a fake statue that talked to contestants? Would that count?
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That's not animated.
Olmec?
He's kind of.
Olmec's not animated. No.
He's a puppet. If anything.
Fine. Okay, I was just hoping maybe I could get that one out there.
Not giving you Olmec now. You can save Olmec for the live action one that has Sam Puckett.
And then Arnold. Yeah.
Arnold's Renee Arnold. Okay. Alright. What would your squad be, Dustin?
Aang,
okay.
El Tigre.
Raphael, alright.
Uncle Tito.
Main character.
I like it.
Hey, brother.
Get that one.
Alright, this was my squad, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So my squad, it's funny because my squad actually takes one from each of your squads.
Oh.
It's not Pablo. My squad was Rocco.
Okay.
From Rocco's Modern Life. El Tigre.
Okay.
Donnie.
Hell yeah.
And then Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot.
I was thinking of Jenny too.
Alright, this is the squad that he pulled out. You ready?
What a crazy lineup that.
Quentin also had El Tigre.
Okay, yeah.
And also had Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Third pick. I don't know if I ever would have been sold on it. Let me rephrase that. I don't know if I would have considered it, but the moment he said it, I was so pumped up for it. You ready?
Yeah.
Snap from Chalk Zone.
That's the blue guy, right? Basically.
Yep. Yep. Basically Pablo. All right, last one. You ready?
Yep.
Garfield. Garfield's a Nickelodeon property.
That's great.
Wow.
So fucking why not? And it was funny because what he wanted to do was like, he actually like specifically said which member is replacing who in the original Nicktoons lineup as well. So like Jenny is the one replacing Jimmy Neutron. And the logic there is Jimmy Neutron was a vital character in Nicktoons Unite because basically when you're combining a bunch of Nicktoons like that, you need to have some sort of plot armor that explains how the fuck they're all getting together. And Jimmy Neutron was able to easily do that because, he's a boy genius. He can just make anything fucking happen. Already. But Jenny, especially with the mom who made Jenny, you can do a similar thing there where they can just like invent things as needed, okay? El Tigre was the replacement for Timmy, I believe. And I think the point there was like a free spirit cartoon character kind of goes with the flow. And then you have Snap replacing Danny Phantom. And I think the logic there was that they both kind of go back and forth between their normal world and a different world, whether it's the Ghost Zone or Chalk Zone.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right now.
Yeah, he
is. You're right.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah. He usually stays in Chalk Zone, but he has come to that world. And then the role of SpongeBob is to be the absolute fucking wild card, basically. That makes goddamn no sense to be there. And that's what Garfield fills.
That's your
Garfield. Or in your case, Matt, your Pablo, I think.
Your Claptrap. Like that's kind of the role of Claptrap.
Kind of, yeah, your Claptrap, sure.
Did the Timmy Power Hour already happen by the time the first game came out?
So the first Jimmy Timmy Power Hour had happened, but not the second or third.
Did they reference it in the game that they had already met? Because that'd be cool.
It's not really referenced.
It's the same thing with like how Ash has met like the same legendary Pokemon twice, and he never like references the fact that he did that.
Yeah.
Except for that like one episode.
I mean, there'd be no reason for them to do it, but it's still a fun little thing.
Yeah. But from what we see basically is we see SpongeBob meet Goddard and freak the fuck out, and that's how SpongeBob gets to Jimmy's lab. But SpongeBob's the last one to show up. So by the time SpongeBob appears, Danny, Timmy, and Jimmy have already introduced each other.
Right.
So it's possible that there's nothing to indicate that the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour isn't canon. But there's nothing explicitly that does make it canon, I believe. I will say that the second and third Jimmy Timmy Power Hours are definitively in a separate canon to the Nicktoons games. And also, the Nicktoons games themselves have their own canonicity in terms of the console canon, the GBA canon, and the DS canon. Mm-hmm. It's a rabbit hole. But, I was like, damn, it made me wish more than anything. And I'm going to double check now, because if I'm wrong, I am buying it right now on eBay. But it makes me wish more than anything we got a Chalk Zone video game.
I feel like there may have been like some like weird one you'd find.
Holy shit, there was a PS1 video game. Wait, there's a PS1 Chalk Zone video game? Released for the PlayStation, N64, Dreamcast, and GBC. What? Fucking, I'm buying this. Oh, wait. Or is this an unreleased game?
eBay?
Hang on, no, I'm gonna... Wait. No, I'm not on eBay.
I thought you found it.
Thing. Oh, no. No, this was a game released. Fuck, this game was re-released on Xbox Live Marketplace. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna have to fucking look into this. If I fucking get this game, I'm playing this on podcast.
I feel like there are a lot of games that just like went under the radar. I remember there used to be like Nintendo DS games at $5 below. And they were all like really weird games.
Never mind, hang on. We take it all back. Fucking, that is bullshit. I just realized the website I was looking at is called Fantendo.
It was a fake game.
So it's not a real thing.
That's a shame.
That is absolute. I've been fucking had. I've been bam fucking. I was gonna say, I thought I had looked into it and I determined that it did not exist. But now, I'm upset.
That's unfortunate. This is so sad.
That being said, I did find out earlier today that there is an actual El Tigre video game. Released for the DS. I was like,
I wish
damn,
I could still play it. I wish there was someone that like... I think someone archived like all the old like Nickelodeon Cartoon Network games, like Flash games.
It's actually a decent amount of them are lost media. Some of them are archived, but like some of them I know I've seen videos dedicated to them about. I remember one of the big ones that has been like a work in progress for years because we have like some of the files, but not all of them. I forgot the name of it, but it was an Ed and Eddie bowling game. I think it was called Bowl for Ed. Let me check this out.
I want to play the El Tigre one again.
Bowl Ed over. Or like bowled over.
Yeah.
There you go. And it looks like it has been fully found at this point. But I remember for a while they had trouble getting it to work, I think.
I don't remember what it was called, but the El Tigre Good and Evil game I loved. Yeah, I don't know what it was called.
Yeah?
It may have been something as...
Let me see.
May have been something as stupid as like El Tigre Good versus Evil, or it could have had a cool name.
How about the Good, the Bad, and El Tigre?
That was a great game.
I think that is it. If I saw anything from it, I would know it immediately.
I can send you a link here. It's not a link to the game, like to play, but it's a link to a wiki page at least.
I'll
have to see if I can find.
No, that's 100% it.
Information on if there's a place.
Yeah, that is 100% the game. La Cuevo.
Nice. Well, I found a place you can play it, except for the fact that it says RIP Flash. It's a Flash game, which is not supported anymore. So, yeah, I'll have to look into it. It might be archived somehow. It might be lost media. I
get recommended videos, a bunch of people just playing those old Flash games.
Yeah.
So there's some way, and like new videos too. So there's some way to get them.
Probably, yeah. Actually, I just found one.
Nice.
Alright, I cannot hear you guys because of how fucking loud it is. But, here you go, Matt. When you're ready to take a trip down memory lane.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, you can play that. I will tell you that if you open that link right now, the audio is very loud.
I love that game.
But looks like it's fully working as far as I could see. When we found out that Flash was going to be taken down, a massive project went underway to try to archive
that's what I was thinking, because I feel like one of the main reasons that a lot of stuff is like lost is because like the idea of saving stuff wasn't so popular, right?
That's more.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It wasn't
as
popular for a lot older stuff, or not so many people had such easy access to do it. But now it's pretty much
especially like there was a lot of shows where they would routinely tape over the master copies of their own episodes. And it's like nowadays that's like insane to even think about that you would do something like that.
Yeah. Nowadays everyone's it's like someone tweets something kind of sus and everyone has screenshotted it. So it doesn't matter if you delete it or not.
Dude, I remember when I was in the bathroom, it was like midnight. I'm on Twitter and I see President Donald Trump, despite the constant negative press covfefe, and I've never screenshotted something so fast in my life. Because it had been posted, when I saw it, it had been posted like 4 minutes ago. So in my mind, I'm like, this is going to get deleted so fast. And then I woke up the next morning and it was still there. And I was like, God damn, okay, we're fucking just keeping it.
Fine.
I think it took like 18 hours before it got deleted. But needless to say, I woke up and it was all over the news.
Also, just
I was there for that moment.
Digital, being easier to save and copy. It's like you didn't have like the option of like, if there's a YouTube video that like I feel for some reason either going to get deleted or I want to save for some reason, I can literally just Google YouTube downloader and download it. But that's not something you so like the tools the tools to prevent things from becoming lost media are just there now.
Yeah, but that being said, like no one's gonna take the time out of the time to download like every
but like I guarantee if like when people found out that Rooster Teeth was shutting down, there were people that went and saved all their favorites. 100%.
Yes. Yeah, there are people who immediately started.
And now that we see the signs, or we're more likely to be told that something's going to happen. Like things don't just shut down a lot. So typically, there's like some kind of announcement.
Yeah,
like Flash being announced. Like if Flash didn't announce that they were doing that, we'd have a lot more missing things. Yeah, so I think
it would be insane. Yeah, but like a good example is with the 3DS servers going down recently. I forget exactly what game it was. I think it was like a Fire Emblem game. Someone started an extensive project to like document every single little thing of DLC in this game, which for whatever reason was like 200,000 things or something. Yeah. And so they worked tirelessly to like preserve all of that. Every single thing on the 3DS marketplace was made sure to be preserved in some way, shape, or form. But there are still modern things that can become lost media all the time. One of the craziest ones for me is and this is the only case for me, there's one piece of lost media that I actually own and have played before. There was a game released for the Xbox Live Arcade called Doritos Crash Course 2.
Wow.
And the best explanation I can give to it is, you know the TV show Wipeout? Yeah. It's that, but sponsored by Doritos. And it was an alright game. I played it. I tried getting all the achievements in it. I had fun with the game. But then, out of the blue, the servers shut down. When the servers shut down, the game became no longer playable. because it's one of those games where the first thing it does is connects to the servers, and then it'll let you play the game. So, even though like I still have it installed on my 360, I can't do anything with it. And that's what's happened for hundreds of people is we all have the game downloaded, but because the server is shut down, no one can play the game. And no one's been able to get like a different server running that'll work to make the game work. No one's been able to find a way to bypass it for like 15 years now. Because the game was only running for like 8 months. Like, it wasn't up for long. But I happened to be playing it at the time. But I remember because I saw a video where it was talked about as lost media. I was like, I have that game. And I misunderstood what the situation was. So I booted up my 360. I'm like, there's the game right there. And I'm like thinking to myself, holy fuck. I'm going to be the one who has this crazy lost media. And then I boot up the game, and that's when I got to the server thing. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And then I looked more into it. I was like, oh. Yeah, so I'm kind of stuck in the same place as 100
I'm waiting for my little SpongeBob head to be lost media.
Yeah,
waiting for the day.
I mean, it could happen.
It could really happen.
I mean, it could.
I just thought it was cool that I saw someone on Twitter talk about it, and I was like, oh, shit. I have that.
Yeah. But no, I don't really own anything that's like lost media. I have VHS tapes that I've gone through just in case I had stuff, but I haven't found anything really crazy.
Hey, Rob, did you watch Shane's video yet? Did you find
I did. I watched it earlier today. No, I forgot to keep an eye out. Wait. Shit. No, I didn't notice it. Because I forgot to keep an eye out.
Interesting, because you really don't have to do that.
What do you mean you don't have to do that?
What you said.
I mean, it's obvious.
Specifically how you worded it.
What is this something you hear? It wasn't background music at one point, was it? That's what I thought.
If you want to watch it and go through it over the podcast, I can show you where it is.
I will say that I noticed the magnificent horn or whatever.
Oh, the ultimate horn?
The ultimate horn. I understand that now. Jesus Christ. No, I posted about it in my Discord. I said, yo, y'all should watch this. Dude, I even learned something new about Fire Red Leaf Green that I didn't know about until that video, so that was kind of cool. But, no, where was the Danganronpa reference in it?
You want me to tell you? Okay. So,
yeah.
At one point, I think he's talking about how after you save the girl, you get to gamble. And I play a little clip of the old people like endlessly hitting the buttons at like a casino. And I play the sound. I play like a casino sound. It's the sound that plays after they vote for someone to die, and it shows the little casino wheel of their faces on the wheel, and then it ends on the person that got voted. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh. Yeah. Okay, hang on. All right. I'm going to listen to the video. Hang on. I found the spot.
It's very short. The thing in Danganronpa goes longer.
You're right. That is that sound effect.
I guess I don't know, it got in my head because when he said gamble, I specifically heard that sound in my head. And I was like, and then I realized
it's that's funny. I didn't You know what? It didn't even register to me. If I went into the video and was like, I'm going to watch this strictly to find the Danganronpa reference, I probably would have noticed it. But I was much more focused on what he was saying. Which I should be, you're right. So no, I didn't even register that was a Danganronpa sound effect. But no, it was actually really interesting. I agree with most of what he said, disagree with some of it. But it was really interesting. I was surprised though. I had always known that like you could not evolve Golbat until like post game. I always knew that. What I did not know was that it would bring you to the evolution screen and be like, what Golbat's evolve? And then be like, psych. I had no idea that it would do that. I was like, that's just really
stupid. I didn't know that whole thing. And I've played, well, I didn't play that. I played Leaf Green, but I played the whole thing. I guess I just wasn't old enough to realize that what it was. Like that Pokemon were from different regions, because I didn't know that you couldn't get them until later.
On that note, though, there's something I'm surprised he didn't mention. You know what that is? It's straight up impossible to have your Eevee evolve into Espeon and Umbreon.
Is that not even in the game?
So, think about the GBA games. The way the GBA doesn't have a clock. It's not like the DS. So, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald are the first games with a clock feature. So what they did was they had a specific battery inside of those GBA carts that was for the clock. That's why, like, if you go to emulate them, or if you have an old cartridge, it'll be like, the battery is run dry, the clock will not work. Because literally the battery is run dry, and that's why the clock worked. Fire Red and Leaf Green are remakes of the first games, which didn't have a clock, so they just straight up didn't put a clock in those games, not thinking to themselves, oh, if we have no clock, that means that Eevee can't evolve into an Espeon or an Umbreon.
Can you...
So if you want an Espeon or Umbreon, you have to trade one in from a Gen 3 game. So, like, that was something where I was like, I'm surprised Shane didn't mention that.
If he even... I don't know. I don't know if he got one. I have the gameplay. All the gameplay footage. Trust me. I don't know if he has an Eevee or not. Yeah, no. Shane's been he's been updating me on the view count.
Yeah, I was surprised. From what I see, it's currently at 900, which is not bad.
What he was hoping for was it to do as well as the Scarlet Violet one, which
Scarlet Violet
was, I think,
from what I saw, that one had like 1.5.
He said like 1.6 when he told me, and I was like, I don't.
Yeah, so I mean, this is on pace.
I was thinking that it just wouldn't have the same like algorithm power as Scarlet and Violet, especially because it was a video talking about an opinion of Scarlet and Violet, which everyone had and everyone was looking at. But no, it's been doing great. He's been doing pretty good.
I will tell you this, Matt, too, okay? First of all, I think Shane did a really, really good job with the script and the recording and everything.
I took a couple things out. Like I edited his things a little bit, but for the most part, the only thing I asked for a retake of is when he says he's talking about Lorelei's what's it called? Her plushes. I had him retake the when he says cool, so there's a lot more like deadpan. Other than that, everything he gave me was great. So I had his time.
Yeah. On that note, though, Matt, you did a fucking phenomenal job with the editing. Like the editing felt like it was so spot on for like any of the Pokemon YouTubers that I follow that have millions of views. Like, you could have slid that into one of their videos, one of their channels, and I wouldn't have batted an eye. That's how the editing looked to me. No, I mean, honestly, it might be the best thing I've seen.
I didn't realize that most of the stuff I show you guys is like shit posts. So
yeah.
Well, not only are they, shit posts, but they're also like 10-second things. But like, this was a really good opportunity for you to really show your editing skills.
And that's definitely what I was hoping for. I definitely want to be able to do more of it.
Which is good and bad for you. Good because, awesome. Hopefully it's something you can add to your portfolio. Bad for you because now it makes me want to be like, fuck, I really want to work on Pokemon shit. And now I know Matt can edit it.
I'm doing a couple TikToks.
Here's my question,
Matt. This weekend, I'm going to make TikToks out of it. TikToks and like shorts out of it, and see where we go from there.
Here's my question for you, Matt. Okay. Did you do this just as a friend, or did Shane pay you anything?
Shane did pay me.
Do you feel comfortable saying how much?
A cool million. I think I can. Because one thing about like, especially like people who are like who make stuff and have other friends who make stuff and have friends who make stuff for each other. I don't think I've met one person that isn't like super uncomfortable about asking. Everyone is super uncomfortable asking friends to pay them, but everyone is also like super uncomfortable not paying their friends. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no. Right. I'm asking this, Matt, because in the same breath where I was like, damn, I would ask Matt to edit videos for me, I would also be like, damn, no way I'm doing that without paying Matt. I would have to pay Matt something. So, like, in my mind, I have an amount that I would pay you, and I'm curious how close it is to what Shane did.
I'll tell you the exact thing after. Just because I don't know if that's something I should say. I can tell you that I have a normal rate, and I had to assure Shane multiple times that he could pay me less than my regular rate. And being like, I'm also like,
if you don't want to stay on
benefiting from having this like piece of work that I can do. So I can tell you, I charged a lot less than I normally would.
Okay. Yeah, because this is something where I would definitely talk to you, because I have things that I've been wanting to do, and I probably still will continue to put off for a year or two, but like, maybe at some point I'll have the motivation. And I'll be like, yo, Matt, you want some money?
Shane bought my new graphics card.
He probably paid a lot more than I was thinking.
Partially.
I was like, damn, graphics card
is gonna too much for my blood.
I was like, those can be a lot.
I'm putting what I got towards it, which is essentially towards me upgrade my computer just so I can do more things like it. So it works out.
All right.
Dude, he backpedaled so happy.
Wait, did I backpedal? Well, no. Like I said, it depends on. I'm curious how much it compares. Because, like, for example, all my Twitch emotes. I had a friend do all my Twitch emotes. I paid her still. But when I originally was going to do it, the amount that I thought I was going to be paying her was a lot less than it ended up being. And I had a conversation with her and just basically came to realize that the price she was given was certainly a fair price. I just didn't realize that it would be that much. Nothing wrong with it. I paid it. So I was just curious where this comes into play.
How do you decide?
I don't fucking know. No one.
So is it
no one tells you.
No one tells you.
I've always wondered how artists come up with their regular rates.
You how to do it, and every artist starting out charges way less than they should. That's
they either charge way less or way too much.
The thing about way too much is you'll very quickly people just be like, no, but a lot of people will do it way too less because a lot of artists will do a way too less because they're like they want the job really badly because you need to have you pretty much need to have work done. In order to get more work, it's an interesting thing where you have to do it where a lot of people will do it for very little or free starting out.
one of my artist friends, someone who I'm actually like really good friends with and have been for a number of years now, actually just shared with me like last week that they have actually put in an application to work at the Pokemon Company. And I'm like, they literally sent me a picture of the application. It was like, could you imagine? And I was just like, oh my god, that would be insane.
Do you know like what? Just like poke game art or like card art?
I don't think it was. I don't. Let me take a look.
Pokemon card art would be sick.
It says here an application for the graphic designer 3 12 months contract to hire position at the Pokemon Company International. Thank you for your interest here. We'll review your information, and if your background looks like a match, we'll reach out to schedule next steps. So it doesn't say specifically what it was. I could probably ask her and be like, what is it about? But it just says graphic designer.
Oh yeah, that's probably just like a pretty general, like whatever they need you on kind of contract role. Still sick.
Yeah.
Still sick.
I will say that she is a big emote artist. She did not do my emote, but she has done things for me. I'm trying to think of what specifically she's done for me because no, that's the same one who I believe did my emotes. Yeah, so have you ever seen my orange flames background?
Oh, okay.
She did that. But my emotes are done by a different friend. And as is my profile pic. Actually, my profile pic was by 2 different friends. One of them did Microsoft Paint, and that's the really shit Torchic that was in the thing. And then the other one was the better drawn Torchic. I should swap back to that. I've been on Sexy James.
So Dustin, to fully answer your question, no one knows how you pick your rate.
They really are just kind of
it really is. If you're especially at the beginning,
stuff like that.
At the beginning, it's really difficult because if you're like doing it like full time, you can be like, okay, well, let's see, my rent is this, insurance is this, I can dedicate this amount of time to it. But when you're like, especially like me, who is like, I'm just kind of doing it on the side, hoping it turns into a thing. It's kind of like I had a rate, and then I did it was like a 3D. It wasn't 3D. It was taking like these diagram. It was for a watch company. They were making like these like modular watches that you could like take apart and like customize. And one of my old bosses from the TV station, she asked me to do it because I did After Effects, and I told her my rate for it, and she was like, "That's too low," and I'm like, "Okay." And then I added I was like, "How about this?" And she's like, "To start, that's good." I'm like, "Okay."
Perfect.
Yeah,
new rate acquired.
I just had someone that's been doing it a lot longer than me tell me that it was too low, and I just was like, okay, I'm not gonna fight you saying I should charge more. But I was also in the camp of like, I'm worried that people won't pay this rate, or like I'm not good enough for this rate, so I should go lower. And you kind of just figure it out.
I'm trying to find out how much I spent on my last batch of emotes for reference, Dustin, because I forgot how much
there's
I
also
paid.
like, oh yeah,
so I looked up the graphic designer 3 job thing for Pokemon Company.
Oh yeah, you found it?
It says exceptional graphics for a wide variety of highly visible applications, including but not limited to logos, event graphics, merchandise, and style guides.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There you go. So not like TCG stuff, but like other.
No, that makes sense. It makes sense. The graphic, make stuff like that. That's pretty sick. Yeah, it's also based on kind of like what you do. Like, so I could charge like for what I do, like I do for like video stuff. I could like sometimes you charge hourly. Sometimes you just charge for like what the whole project is going to be like all at once. Sometimes you can pay, but you could get paid by finished minute, is what it is. So, like for example, if I was you Shane, the Shane's video, I would have got paid for 12 finished minutes, which is, and it's all based on like different projects. Like you don't want to do that. You don't want to do at per finished minute if you're editing a Twitch VOD. Because you're probably going to end up with like like maybe a 10, 15 minute video, but you're going through like, but you're endlessly scrolling through like 6 hours of content, which is just the worst.
Yeah, you need to get paid more. Yeah.
So.
Oh, I never did. Never got
sense.
those.
Or if you're like an artist, typically you'll have like either rate how long it took you, or you do like half. You pay half now, especially if you're just doing like freelance on Twitter. You do like half now.
Yeah,
half when I finish. And if anyone tries to pay you an exposure, if anyone with like just a 7-follower Twitter account tries to pay you with exposure, you end the conversation immediately. That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
Because when I was in college, I had a bunch of friends that did all sorts of different stuff. And I would always ask them about getting paid in exposure. It was like, oh well, I'll get lunch and you pay me back, and I'm like, can I pay you back in exposure? So much exposure. Look at me, I have 60 followers on Twitter.com. Most of them are the same ones you have.
All right. So from what I can see, the emote artist I was working with was doing 20 per emote.
20 per emote?
Yeah. And so the first time I did it, it was a batch of 6 emotes, so I sent $120. And then I think the next time was a batch of 8 emotes, so I think I did 160.
Emotes, yeah, I could see that, because emotes are kind of simple. They're typically like like 3.
That being said, I'm still very happy with a lot.
Probably
of
like
emotes.
Maybe at most like not many different colors, because especially when you're working with something so small, you don't have to like. You're definitely the more if you put stuff, if you're like super detailed, stuff's just not going to be seen on an emote that small.
Even still though, Matt.
I've seen them. They're really good. I've seen your emotes before, like the was it a Grimer and a Marowak and yeah, I've seen them. They're really good.
Yeah, but like even like blown up, they still look good. Like this is I'm gonna send you a big picture of like one of them. So like this is one of my favorite ones, the Raboot, like blown up.
Yeah, it's probably drawn. It's probably drawn at a larger size and then scaled down because you don't want to do it.
Yeah, no, I fucking love my emotes. So.
And emotes are good because they're pretty. You can. Yeah, emotes are good.
Yeah. I want to go on a rant before we end the podcast.
He's fading over here.
Quick. Dustin's fading over here.
Oh no, that's why I make quick. Good.
All right, so like a week and a half ago, this was before tier list, but we were tier listing, so I didn't talk about it. I needed to get lunch, and I said, you know what? I want to go to Panera Bread. And I'm at Panera Bread, and I see they are advertising a new item on their menu, bacon mac and cheese. I'm like, yo, that sounds awesome. I'll get bacon mac and cheese. I shit you not, what I got was so disappointing.
When the story ends this way.
that I took a photo of it.
How can you mess up bacon mac and cheese?
So if you look at Media Dump, this is my bacon mac and cheese. I got it in a bread bowl, I will say. This is what they gave me.
What?
Hey, they just mac and cheese. They put bacon bits in it. That looks like bought bacon bits. Like they didn't even like.
Not only that, the container was half full.
What? Just put them in there.
That's.
I was.
What? That's so.
I was so shocked. I was like, "Are you kidding
Wait a minute.
That shouldn't be legal. That's not bacon mac and cheese.
How
I was like,
advertisement.
You're gonna proudly order bacon mac and cheese.
Okay, wait.
And that's what you're giving
so
me?
they make. I'm just wondering. Bare minimum, they are making the mac and cheese. They make
the mac and cheese was good.
They
I'll
make
give them
the
that.
mac and cheese in something in some kind of pot or some kind of pan. Why not just put the bacon in that before putting it in the bread bowl?
I don't know.
Maybe he has some really stupid chefs back there.
Bro, that is less effort than I put into the food at work, and that is bare minimum. What are you talking about?
To be fair, they might be paid less than you.
Yeah.
But like, I saw that. I'm not someone to be vindictive. I'm not a vindictive person. I was so close to leaving.
You didn't just like go. You couldn't just go up. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm scared of people. But you wouldn't just go up there and be like, "Bro, this is bacon." You should have just hid the. You should have just hid the bacon.
I seriously thought about.
Been like, "Hey, where's my bacon? There's no bacon in here," and they'll be like, "Oh, let me get you some more," and you run that bit like 3 times.
I really thought about going up to them and being like, "This is my bacon mac and cheese. This is how much."
You misread the sign. It's actually bacon and mac and cheese.
Bacon, mac and cheese.
Dude, I could have taken all of those bits and taped them together, and I still do not have one piece of bacon.
No.
Like, I have half
a piece of bacon bit.
No, I think it might be. It might be like a third.
That is a bacon bit right there. Bad. You got a singular bit.
Yeah. So needless to say, I think you understand why I was a bit irked.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's not it.
I saw that. I was like, I have
that's
got
not
to take a photo of
this. That's insane.
I was so
I could not imagine that.
Because like I had just recently started going to Panera Bread for the first time. I used to go there a decent amount, and then I stopped for years. I don't just for no real reason. And then like a month ago, I was like, you know what? I haven't been to Panera Bread in so long. I want to go. So I went to Panera. And I got like a bread bowl soup and a sandwich, and it was fucking delicious. I loved it. I was like, yo.
Good combo.
Yeah. I was like, I should start going to Panera Bread more often again. And then the very next time I go, I get this shit. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is a disappointment. And I know for a fact
this
Panera,
may be
you can do
Panera's
better.
worst showing, not including the people that died to their over-caffeinated drinks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So PSA, don't order the bacon mac and cheese because
those pieces of bacon would cover one single shell.
I actually kind of want to order it.
I will also say
maybe Scott maybe.
I will also say that I was slightly disappointed in the amount of mac and cheese I got, but I also understood that like they filled the bread bowl to the top and that I underestimated how much mac and cheese you could fit in the bread bowl. So,
yeah, bread bowl is kind of like that because there's a lot of bread in the bread bowl.
I don't.
Yeah, so like that I don't blame them on. That's something where it's like
you could probably get a bad RNG bread bowl, right?
No, they're pretty consistent from what I've seen because I usually get a bread bowl. They're pretty consistent because they basically just
you can't go too thin with those.
They don't. They usually have a good like centimeter thickness all around for a bread bowl.
Yeah, I haven't been to a Panera Bread in a very long time.
I've never had Panera.
You've never had Panera?
I don't think so. No.
Recommend their soup. Recommend their sandwiches. Maybe not the bacon mac and cheese.
I really want to.
I'm tempted.
Regular mac and cheese, I'll recommend. The mac and cheese itself was actually pretty good. Like I said, it's the bacon that disappointed me.
I'm tempted to go soon.
You want to go? Dusty, you want to do a pilgrimage to?
I would.
We all get the bacon mac and cheese and see what happens.
Yeah.
If you do that, go to a different.
You didn't go to the one you went
while
you were at work, right? So you went far away, one further away.
No, it wasn't while I was at work.
Did you go to the one at the mall?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you. I thought you said you were.
No, I can't. No. I can't go. I can't go to fucking fast food while I'm at work.
I don't know.
There's not.
Dude, I get a 25-minute lunch break. That's barely enough time to fucking get to my car.
I thought that's what the story is. Oh, we got a different one then.
Nah. This was let me think here. This was the week of April break, I think. Yeah, this would have been the week of April break. So I had the week off. I had to run errands one day. Yeah, I had to run errands, and I was like, "Oh, I'll go to Panera because that's in the area."
You guys ever have sweet green? Sweet green?
No.
We do like salads.
Was that the tea or
salad place?
No, it's a salad place.
It's a salad. No,
I got that for the first time. It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah,
really. Not a big salad person, but I'll try it.
I think it was called.
The thing for me is salads are dope, but like, I'm one of those people who cannot understand how someone makes a full meal out of.
I mean, if you only do lettuce, carrots, and tomatoes and onions, then understandable. But you could put anything in a salad, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's a chicken
Caesar on there, chicken.
If it's like a whole like chicken Caesar
no, the one
salad,
I got, I think it's called like a harvest bowl. It had is like all your regular stuff like lettuce, cheese. I think it was like goat cheese. And then then there's like chicken, potato. There was apples in it, dude. And I've never had apples. I've never had apples in salad before. It was sick.
Really? I think even I've had apples.
I guess it's based on what's because normally I think my normal go-to salad is like Caesar salad, like for chicken.
That's usually
I don't
go-to. But is like a Caesar.
I saw apples and I'm like apples, and then I ate it and I'm like apple in salad.
All right, now here's the real question, Matt. Was it a Granny Smith, a green, a golden delicious?
It definitely was not. It was definitely not Granny Smith.
Was it red
Probably.
delicious?
I feel like with a salad you have to kind of go red delicious.
Yeah, I don't.
Like even me, I like my sour apples. A sour apple is not what you put in a salad.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I never gotten it before, but
that's cool.
My mom got it at work, and then she was like, "It's really good." And then I went and got it, and I'm like, "That's really good."
Cool.
I didn't take a picture of it. Yeah, it was good.
Well, it was good.
I don't have anything to shame them on.
Unlike my fucking bacon.
All right. Unless we can go to a Panera Bread and get this resolved, this podcast officially stands against Panera Bread. No, we are anti Panera Bread, right, Dustin? All right, we hate Panera Bread.
Yes.
Use our coupon code at Panera Bread to pay more money. 15% added.
Use coupon code hashtag
15% added to your meal. It's an anti deal. It's an anti deal.
It's an anti deal. Huh.
Do they still have that lemonade?
No, I'm pretty sure they took it down because it killed people.
I'll try it.
I thought it only killed person.
It killed 2 people, but very separated. Because it killed someone, they took it away for like a long time. They brought it back, immediately killed another person.